Hi everybody, Eugene here with Darkroom Software. In this quick video, we are going to learn how you can now use a QR code scanner with Darkroom Core to help organize your photos, catalogs, and help retrieve images if you're using a server client setup. So let's go ahead and jump right in and see how to add a QR code scanner to Darkroom Core 2024. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is connect your USB QR code scanner. I have mine right here. And it's a good idea to open up Notepad and just scan a QR code just to make sure that it's working. It should scan the code and type in what's in the code, just like as if it was a keyboard. You can see that it scanned that code right there. So that's working. We can go ahead and close that. And now what we're going to do is in Darkroom Core, we're going to open it up and go to our Setup tab. And then under Application Options and General Settings, you'll see a brand new option to use a QR code keyboard scanner. So what we're going to do is click Choose. It'll give us a little QR code on the screen that we're then going to scan with the scanner. You can see now that that device is connected and identified. So that is the setup for the scanner. Darkroom can now see it. Whenever you scan a code, Darkroom will use the commands that are inside the code or whatever you have preset. What we're going to do is switch over to the photo library just to see kind of what we have set up. I have a new catalog created, and when we scan a new code, it's going to create a sub catalog or a sub event under that catalog. And I actually have it using create sub event from a URL and a QR code. And there are a few different options there. But essentially what it's going to do is look at this URL that has my event gallery URL slash and then a unique identifier. It's a random unique identifier. And it's going to create a subcatalog based on that. You can also have it set to just have a create a code or create a subcatalog from a, let's say, a name built in. And that option would be create a new sub event named for the data. So what we're going to do is select URL, and we'll get a little bit more in depth in a future video on some of these other options. So inside my photo library, or inside my photo workshop, I'm going to go ahead and scan this code. And you can see that it's created a new sub catalog here. So now I can go ahead and, let's say, capture a couple images. I'm just using the hot folder camera right now just to capture images, but in this situation you would be using a tethered camera. Okay, and at that point I would then give this to that client. In this situation we're going to use this to retrieve images at a sales station, but you can also use it just to share images on Event Gallery. But we're going to pretend that QR code now goes with them and go on to the next group of people. And you can see that it's creating a new catalog. And let's capture a couple images here. And then I can hand this to that group of people and send them on their way. So before we move on, I'm gonna just pretend that the first group of people now has additional person they want to take pictures with, and they just want it added to this group, so they can now come back. This is the first QR code that we scanned. Oops, we want to make sure Darkroom selected. and now it's switched back over to those. So we'll just copy over this image, and you can now see that it's added to this subcatalog. And we'll switch back over to the photo library so we can see this a little bit better. So we have this catalog, it's created. This would be a group of people or individual, or a class. And then we have this group. So there are a few different ways that we kind of look at this. If you are just capturing images and you want to share those images on Event Gallery, you can have it auto print to Event Gallery. If you are capturing images and later want to sell those images, either at the same workstation or a different workstation, you can then use this to pull up that catalog. Now I'm not sure which one I have in my hand now, but if I scan it, you can see it pulls up those images. At that point, they can then select their image, choose their print, and print out their images. So this would work very well in a networked environment with Darkroom Core working as a client and Darkroom Pro working as a server. This QR code, and I'll get into in a future video how to create some of these codes and make them unique all within Darkroom Core, but these are coded with the idea of using them as an amusement park and having multiple photographers. So you can see that it's coded with the EW for my name. I'm the photographer, and then as sales go through, let's say they print a print and there's a dollar amount attached to that. Now when I go to my orders tab under my completed orders, and let's just look for this week, you can see that it's flagged with EW, so I know all of these were from that specific photographer. I could then run a report and then give them commissions on the sales. So that was one thing that was built into this. Another thing that's happening behind the scenes is it's uploading to Event Gallery with a proof watermark on it. So if I click on the link, I can then see the images and scroll through my images and decide which one I'm going to want to purchase whenever I get to the photo station. So this is just a quick dive into what's now possible with a QR code scanner attached to Darkroom Core. We'll have future videos explaining how to create those codes in different ways that you might be able to use it. Let's say in a school environment, a event environment like a wedding, or if you're capturing children's sports. Just a few different ways that you can try to stay as organized as possible and serve your customers as quickly and easily as possible, and hopefully generate a few more sales. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.